when we come into a computer lab, one of the things we look for is, are there still lights on? Because if there's a light on, there's probably a power source being used. And as we go through here with the monitors, you'll see on some of them, or hopefully you can see them on the screen, a little dot, amber dot in the corner. That means they didn't shut the monitor down. They just let it power itself down. So we would prefer, and you will save energy, if you get the kids every time they leave the room to make sure that they shut the monitors off, or anytime they're going to be away from the computer for any length of time. Another thing we look for, as you turn back around, you'll see the printer. And there's no reason for those printers really to be on unless they're networked throughout the building. If they're networked throughout the building and they have to be on for that, then okay. But otherwise, those should be shut down too when everybody leaves the room. So we aren't using extra energy. We're doing everything we can to save what we can. Okay, for years, we were taught, in fact, when I first started doing computers, to leave them on because you didn't want to shut them off, because back then the switches would go bad on them, and so that cost more than it did in terms of energy use. As it turns out, we probably still used more energy than those switches cost when we had to replace them. And today, anytime you're going to be away from the computer for a minute or more, you're going to save energy if you shut off at least the monitor. It doesn't take any time for the monitor to come back up. You don't have to shut the computer down unless it's night and you're putting it away, but you definitely should have those monitors shut off. One of the problems we get into with document cameras is if this is not on a power strip where you can power it down, if for any reason the power goes out in your building or your room, the document camera comes on. You might notice sometimes you'll come in and the document camera will be the only thing that shows up in your computer screen. And that's because it turned on at night when the power went out. So if by any chance you can get it on a power strip and shut it off that way, that'll save you some energy on those nights when the power does go out. Plus, if the little light's on a document camera, we're still using energy inside.